What's happening, people? It is your boy, Tony B. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Poetry, Politics, and Life, where we bear it all. I am your host, Tony Briscoe. We gonna get right into it. Let's go and welcome. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Tony Briscoe from Poetry, Politics, and Life. I hope you all are doing well out there. Man, I am just excited to be here. So working on something at the house to try to get, the show we had on Be in the Mix. We're going to be coming back doing some different things. And I'm just excited. I do not want to even jump into a conversation before we acknowledge the travesty that took place in the United States of America this week. We watched domestic terrorism and white power on fine display here in the United States of America, and lives were lost, and it is unfortunate. So we're not going to talk too much about that tonight, because me and my special guest tonight, we trying to stay on positive and uplifting. It's early in 2021. It seems that it's already throwing some curveballs, but I want everybody to meet my man Andre as he rocks his Gucci here. Y'all see his Gucci, right? Hey, brother, we have been trying to do this for a long time. And,
yes, we have.
Your schedule got a little hectic. Our schedule got a little crazy. And then COVID was like, I don't care what none of y'all planning for 2020. My schedule going to take over, man. So I'm glad to have you here, man. Why don't you go and introduce yourself to the people who may not know you, and let's just chop it up.
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me, Tony. Thank you for sharing the platform. I'm very grateful. And I just want to say that I am just a regular guy out here living his dreams, and I'm grateful to God to be doing so. I'm just so excited to be on the show and to talk more about what it is that I'm doing. And and for those that may not know, what's up, everybody? My name's Andre Bellos.
So talk to us about acting, man. So when did that dream spark? I saw your profile on IMDb. I've seen your website. And so how did acting even start for you?
So I've always had the passion to be a part of the entertainment business. I tell this story all the time, but my earliest memory is about 5 years old. I was hanging out at the place my mom worked at the time, which was this little hot dog shop called The Works, and she was behind there doing the register, and I'd be hanging out in the back drawing pictures and stuff. And sometimes people would come in and be like, "Oh, you're Lily's son. What do you want to be when you grow up? You're so cute." And I would be like, "A movie star."
Right.
And I really meant it. My parents were like, yeah, today he wants to be a movie star. Tomorrow he wants to be an astronaut. But, I believed it. I've stuck to it. And it's just something for whatever reason, I don't have a great answer for it, and I can't quite explain it, but for whatever reason, I've always wanted to be involved in the entertainment business. I love the 1950s era of Hollywood, the golden age, the golden era. Yeah. Some of my idols are like Marilyn Monroe and Clark Gable and Audrey Hepburn and Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. So I just love it, and I just don't know why. It's like one of those little seeds planted in my head from the universe, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So what has been your favorite role?
You know what? I have to say there's been, man, I really love all the roles I've done. I think one role that I'm very proud of was the one that I did on NBC for Chicago Justice.
Okay.
Where I played a state attorney investigator and by the name of Billy Coburn.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of that work. But I'm proud of all the work I've done. I'm proud of the work I did on Empire, and I'm proud of the film work, and especially the film work, because that's such a long shot. It's one thing to work in television; it's a completely another level to work in film. So I'm grateful for it all. I got to play a real life character on American Greed, and that was something I had really never done before. So that was quite an honor too.
Yeah, cool. So you've met Spike Lee, right?
Yes, I have.
So you got to tell me what that experience is like. I won't get into the Bulls and the Knicks. We're going to leave that alone. Right. But what was it like meeting Spike Lee, man? I mean, phenomenal director, phenomenal writer, phenomenal mind. Like, what was that experience like for you?
It's everything you would expect it to be. I get just excited over it as everyone else does. I react just as the fans would react because I'm a fan. I get in line just right along with the fans because, again, I am a fan. Right. So I felt like a giddy little kid, and I just remember all the work that I had seen that he had done growing up. And I just thought, this is such a dream come true, and it's so surreal. And he's brilliant. He's a genius. He's everything you would expect him to be. He is humble. He's down to earth. And he's a straight shooter. He's straight to the point, no bull kind of dude. And you know what? I love him. He gave me an opportunity. Yeah. It was a very, very small role to be a backup dancer in the film Chirac. But again, this is film work for Hollywood.
Right.
Those types of things don't typically happen to someone from a small town in Illinois, such as myself.
Yeah. There's no small role, in other words.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Everything is an opportunity. No, man, that's great. That's great. That's great. So before we get into your initiative, man, I want to talk to you just about what was 2020 like for you, for that, what you care to share. What was it like for your family and for your friends?
Yeah. So again, what it was for everyone else, it was for my family, my friends, myself. I'm grateful that we were able to remain healthy and remain alive.
Yeah.
And saying that is a real thing now. It's like, oh yeah, you're alive. No, but we're in a pandemic, so we're grateful even more so than ever to be healthy and to be alive. So those are the first and foremost. And second off, I really saw everything just shut down with my career and with all the artists in Hollywood and pretty much everybody else.
Yeah.
And I thought, God, what am I going to do? Mm-hmm. So for me, it was, brainstorming and writing on a piece of paper by hand with a pen how I wanted to upgrade my life, how I wanted to have a career comeback, what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it in this new normal.
Yeah.
And the first thing was meditating and working out and self-care and taking care of my mental, because I knew if my mind was strong enough, I'd have enough fire and ambition in me to go out there and chase my dreams.
Yeah.
And that's literally what I did. I literally didn't work for about 5 months, which was a super scary time.
Yeah.
But I'm just so grateful to be back. And I spent those 5 months taking care of my mental and physical, but also brainstorming and figuring out what's my role in this new normal. I had a career that's in the past because now we're in a pandemic. So if you want to continue having a career, you have to somehow find where you fit in what's going on now. Yeah. And that is doing virtual gigs, which I'm not going to lie. Forgive me, everybody, but I don't like them because I'm not good at them. Yeah. I just learned how to put my phone on Do Not Disturb like a couple days ago. And I can't tell you, I've had a slew of virtual interviews last year. I mean, don't get me started. I'm an actor, not a tech guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm grateful. And, all the artists have got to get with the tech because it's not going away anytime soon. I thought, it'll just be for a little while. It won't last into 2021. But it's 2021 and we're still doing virtual gigs. So for me, I'm at the point where I'm just setting myself up and setting a little makeshift set in my home until the studios open back up. I mean, they're saying March, but I feel like anything can change, and there's been so many things said. Yeah. So only time will tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's very important that you talk about the mental health piece during this time and how you had to literally just center yourself, right? And there's so many people that don't center themselves because, you're an actor, but it's not your identity. And if you don't realize that, acting can go away, which 2020 caused it to for a lot of people and a lot of actors. So the fact that you were able to just, okay, let me refocus. Let me rehone, let me center myself and see exactly what's my next step and what's my next move. And though you don't like the virtual piece too much, the fact that you're doing and you're learning, that means you're going to learn the tech that comes along with that as well. So let's talk about what's your family like, man? You know, did I read correctly? Guatemala's the background?
Salvadorian.
So Salvadorian. Okay, great. Excuse me. So what's that spice like, man? Like,
you know, Latinos, we are spicy. We are anything but mellow.
Yeah.
We do everything extra.
Yeah.
But I was fortunate enough to come up in a blended family. My dad was married and had 2 kids before he met my mom.
Okay.
And I have an older brother and sister who are 100% Greek. And me, my younger brother and sister are half Greek and half Salvadorian. So my dad's Greek and my mom's Spanish. And it's, again, it's a blended family.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was back in the days where it wasn't as popular as it is now. So it definitely was a learning experience and took some time to adjust to. But, you know, family's family and you make it work.
Sounds like a party family, though, man.
You know, listen, I have to say, my parents are so cool.
Yeah.
And they're older now, but let me tell you, they know how to party.
Yeah.
I mean, I was even telling my friend the other day, like there were times where I shouldn't be telling this story, but there were times where I was young and I partied with my parents and we had a ball.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. It's good to have that kind of fun, man. Yeah. So, talk to everybody about your initiative. And
yes,
let's talk about, so let's just get straight to community, man. Talk to them. What's the name of the initiative? I know it, of course, but I want you to be the one to share it. What's the name of the initiative? And because that's one of the main reasons you actually reached out. You know, it was less about you and more about people and what your initiative is. So talk to us about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. So I started an initiative in 2017 called Do the Right Thing. And it's pretty easy, pretty simple, does not have a deep message. It's just clear and straightforward. Volunteering is cool. Donating your time is cool. I know a lot of us, especially the younger kids, want to do everything for the coin and they want to secure the bag. And that's great too. But we also need to know that we're in a pandemic right now and there is a shortage of volunteers and we need you and we need you guys more than ever. And for me, I've been traveling state to state in the Midwest since 2017. Since before the pandemic, volunteering at different non-for-profit organizations and shedding light on them. And my goal is to do what I'm calling 50 states, 50 dates, where I'm going to be where I would like to hit at least I would like to volunteer at least once in all 50 states before I take this initiative abroad and across the water and overseas, where I would like to, in the future, 5-10 years down the road, establish myself as a philanthropist and a humanitarian, because that's who I really am. You know, my real purpose is to further the agenda of equality for all. But my platform that's going to get me there, that's going to get people caring about me enough to listen to me, is going to be the entertainment.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And that's powerful. You know, it's really weird. Like, so America, pretty wealthy country, you know, no doubt about it. But when it comes down to COVID testing, like, I don't believe due diligence is being done for our city. And so other smaller organizations or nonprofits have had to step their game up, which is part of the process, right? Like, we all should be helping out and doing what we can. But to know that the major resources that we could have to put forth, you know, more testing centers, especially in the African American and Latino communities, could go forth. And so it's good to see kind of the philanthropy being taken care of by smaller businesses or smaller networks or smaller not-for-profits who may not have the big dollars, but just want the opportunity to come in, like CORE, that has come in to, you know, help facilitate testing, you know, through some schools in Chicago. And so, you know, I just think your goal and your direction is pretty good. And it's really where our country needs to go in terms of how we care for one another. One thing I don't like, and, you know, let me know how you feel. I just don't like the people think we have handouts, and like, we don't want a handout. We just want, we want equity.
Well, you know what it is? No one is looking to take more than what they're entitled to, but we want what we're entitled to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense to me. Somebody who's watching, who's not a person of color, may think, you're asking for a handout, and we're not. We just want what's due, and speaking from an African-American standpoint, like, I'm a supporter of reparations, not because I want a handout. I grind hard every day. I get up and go do what I do for kids in our school system. So, but, there should be. There
Absolutely.
should be, give us. And so
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So what do you think needs to happen to galvanize the movement that you want to galvanize with Do the Right Thing?
So I think for me, it's about the people. I need the people's support to join me on this movement. And what I mean by that is volunteering in your own way. And remember, charity starts at home. You don't need anything to volunteer. Start by looking in the mirror and you change yourself. You be the change you want to see in the world. You help your neighbor, you help your family member. And you know what? If you're fortunate enough to have a platform in a world that so rarely we're afforded a platform, do the right thing with it and pay it forward and give back. And that's where my message is coming from. I grew up in the suburbs of Illinois, middle class parents, and I had a regular upbringing, but I know that I was also very fortunate. And I know that because my mom always reminded me of it. She told me I had privilege before I even knew what that was. I had no idea that I had white privilege until I started to see how people treated my mom and then treated my dad, how I used to see people treat my Indian friends or Asian friends or black friends or my Latino friends that you could tell were Latino. I'm half white, I'm half Spanish, but most people would look at me and say, he's white. They look at my name, it looks white. It's all very racially ambiguous. And that has helped me tremendously in my life and in my career. But for me, it's now time to use that to help those that don't have that. There are some rooms that I might be able to get into that other people of color might not be able to get into because maybe you can tell that they are of color. And maybe for me, I can pass as, let's say, 100% white or something. So for me, I'm taking it on as my own personal agenda and initiative that if I'm going to be afforded those opportunities, the least I can do is use those opportunities to help Black and brown people, minorities, LGBTQ, trans, women, children, basically just anybody and everybody who feels that they've been outcasted from society or ostracized definitely has a spot on my team. And also, it's about more representation in Hollywood. Representation is so important. So we need more Asian movie stars, and we need more Indian movie stars, and so on and so forth. And we need trans people playing trans roles because it's just so important because the world responds to that. We were having this discussion on, I'm not sure if you're on Clubhouse yet, but feel free to get on if you've got an iPhone. I am, but I have not started using it yet, but I think I need to because everyone's like, it's the new wave. Andre, I'm telling you, the networking on the networking on Clubhouse, brother, I'm just going to tell you, it is off the chain. We got into this discussion on Clubhouse that literally talked about, how straight people, get LGBTQ roles and how offensive it is, to some people. And I was just in there to listen, right? I was just in there to listen, and it was a good perspective. One of our young mentees, man, he came on and literally gave us just an entire lesson on what his life is like. 1, being Black, 2, being male, and then 3, like being gay, and how tough it is to navigate those circles, even at a PWI, a predominantly white institution where he is, in school. And I think it was a wake up call for me because it's something I just really never paid attention to and never gave much thought to. And so I shared with him, I said, look, man, you've challenged me in ways I have never been challenged before. When it comes to the equity conversation, when it comes to the diversity conversation. And I appreciated him for it, and I thank him for it, and I thank you for bringing it up too. And I say that because it just needs to be mentioned, right? It just needs to be mentioned. So thanks for that. Okay, so Do the Right Thing. You know what everybody's going to think, right? What? They going to think Spike Lee. Okay, what's up? Spike Lee had a movie, Do the Right Thing.
they're gonna
I
think
didn't
that
even think of that.
they're gonna think that. I'm not sure if Spike has a staple on that, but since you've met him, I would just at least reach out to his people, go through your PR to talk to him, just to share that, man, because you definitely don't want to start off with somebody like, oh, he met Spike Lee and now he's taking something from Spike, because people in the line of work that you're in can get real messy real fast, right? So just think about that, because when I saw it, I was like, man, do the right thing. Like it is do the right thing, but I think it's necessary. And man, talk to Spike's people, brother, because he could help spearhead this. Yes, Spike, I'm putting you on blast, man. Get with my guy, and let's make this happen, Spike.
Thank you for that. I never looked at it like that, but you know what? You are so right. Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to look into that. Spike, if you're watching, call me.
I love it. So, man, tell the people how they can find you, how they can get a hold of you, how they can connect with you. So I got your Twitter feed up, but I'm gonna let you share all that information. I did tag you in this link, though. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I was like, hey, I'm interviewing I'm interviewing Andre tonight, baby. Let's go.
Hey, and I'm gonna be promoting it tomorrow, so I'm super excited. You can check me out on my brand new website. It's super easy, just my name, one word, AndreBellos.com. I'm on all the social networking sites, including Clubhouse. Give me a chance to kind of work on my Clubhouse game. It's the same thing, just my name, Andre Bellos. Follow me. I will follow you back. I'm heavy on pretty much all the social networking sites. I'm working on LinkedIn and Clubhouse as we speak. And, there's a dozen social networking sites, and of course I think it would be impossible to be on all of them, but I'm on the main ones.
Yeah. IG too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely. So, man, first of all, that Armani picture, dude, like, let's just talk about that. Let's talk about that Armani photo, man. That's a serious photo. I did not do that photo. It's on my flyer, but I'm taking no credit for it. It's not mine. Please do not call me Armani. Don't sue me for it. I just posted up my man. Man, that's right. That was the photography is phenomenal, first of all, but man, the look on there. So are you still doing any modeling? Was that early on in your career, or are you still dabbling in that a little bit as well?
I am still dabbling in it. I'm still dabbling in doing print modeling and print work. And, I just love it. It's just something I've always wanted to do. When I was 13 years old, I was enrolled in modeling school called Barbizon, and it was a school for models and actors. So I always wanted to be a model, but I was never tall enough. I was never skinny enough.
Right.
So I got into acting. And, it's funny how life works. So through acting, I've gotten opportunities, to do some modeling work. Yeah. And it's quite interesting because, growing up, people were like, you're not going to have a career as a model. And now I'm an actor and people are offering me modeling gigs. So it's just funny how life works itself out that way. But I love doing it, and I will continue to do it for as long as they will allow me to do it. I think that there's something awesome about every stage in life, and I would like to keep doing it for as long as I can.
Yeah, cool. Well, when we get to connect, man, and get together, I'm definitely gonna break out my cameras so we can just make it happen one day. I'm ready. I got 3 cameras.
I'm down.
Let's go. I definitely would like to get that going, man. So once again, tell the people where they can find you, man. And I'm not sure if you set up the nonprofit side of things yet. But definitely do the legwork on that do the right thing piece. And in the interim, man, so be in the mix. We got some big things coming we're working on as well. So I definitely want to have you back on so we can talk about fundraising, so we can talk about galvanizing support for you as you look to travel to all 50 states first to kick off this initiative, man. And I think it's very important, and I think it's really good. So tell the folks where they can find you again. And then always, I have to have you say something to the young people who want to get involved in acting, who want to get involved in modeling.
So you can find me on my brand new website. It's AndreBellos.com. Check me out on all the social networking sites. Real easy, just my name, Andre Bellos. Follow me. I will follow you back. As far as my initiative, you can check that out right on my website, AndreBellos.com. When the homepage opens up under the picture, it says do the right thing. It's actually a hyperlink. You're going to click it, and it's going to bring you to another page that shows you my reel, and my slideshow and a bio of what we've done so far and where we're trying to take it. So if you want to help us or be a part of it, please feel free to contact me there. And last and certainly not least, talking to the young people is such a passion of mine. I want to tell everybody to follow your dreams. But beyond that, don't ever let anybody tell you it's too late to fulfill your destiny. The truth is, only you know what you're capable of.
Thanks for your time tonight. I appreciate it. I know you moving and shaking. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking out Poetry, Politics, and Life with my man Andre Bellos, the actor, the dancer, the activist, the mentor, and soon to be the state and world traveler, helping people and encouraging people to volunteer as he does. Thank you for tuning in to another podcast. We out of here. Peace.